Canon is known for creating some of the most iconic cameras of all time. But this is not one of them. This is the Canon TC8000D, and it's the worst camera to ever wear a Canon badge. Yet, Canon never made it. The Canon TC8000 is part of a group of cameras commonly referred to as Olympia cameras. They were cheaply made 35mm cameras released under different names and styling variations designed to deceive consumers. Most of these cameras had names that sounded vaguely like well-known brands: Olympia, Nikkei, Tashika, Panoramic, Panasound. However, things went from shady to illegal when these started appearing with actual Nikon, Sony, and Canon logos on them. It's reported that in Europe, over 20,000 of these cameras were seized by customs and police as forgeries or counterfeits. I've spotted a few of these with hefty original price tags on them. Hopefully these never actually sold for this much. It's possible they were giving away as gifts or were promotional items offered to people for listening to a timeshare speech. Let's take a closer look at the camera. This camera was designed to present itself as something it is not. In this case, a professional SLR camera. The camera has a LED bar in the base, just like the Nishika N8000. It's a trick that works really well when you want to trick consumers into thinking something has a good build quality. Even early Beat headphones did this. However, the build quality of the TC8000D is so much worse than the Nishika. It's unbelievably bad. The camera creaks in your hand as you hold it. And while the Nishika was a very simple camera that works well with a design that imitates advanced features, the TC8000D goes beyond that in 3 key areas. It has fake features that pretend to work. Ooh, that's bad. It has real features a crappy fake SLR like this doesn't need. I guess that's better. And it has real features real SLRs don't even have. That sounds good. Let's look at the fake features that pretend to work. When you rotate the lens barrel, the aperture changes, but it also makes a dummy clear plastic cover move back and forth. It's gone beyond imitating the shape of a zoom lens, and it's pretending to actually work. The camera beeps when you push down the shutter, pretending to be an autofocus beep. Let's look at real features a crappy fake SLR like this doesn't need. The flash has a zoom and tilt function, but the flash isn't even capable of staying in place. The camera has a battery-driven film advance, but its odd design makes it prone to accidentally rewinding your film. It has a red LED that lights up as a red eye reduction feature. And it also has a self-timer, which does seem to work. But once a consumer figures out what this thing really is, a self-timer isn't going to save them much disappointment, is it? The self-timer works beautifully. Let's look at the real features real SLRs don't even have. Remember, this thing is supposed to be pretending to be a professional SLR, but where the pentaprism is supposed to be, the designers added a brilliant finder, which makes this a pseudo TLR. It also has a direct viewfinder, which for a camera like this would have been plenty. The 2-lens design gives this camera a really cool look. The brilliant finder is by far my favorite thing about this camera. So, just like with the Nishika N8000, the pursuit of deception has led to a design that's beautiful in its own right. I don't understand why they went beyond making it look good and actually added some complexity to the design. It kind of makes me want to take a cheap camera and make a 3D printed SLR case for it, and see if I can do a better job. Let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see in another video. Give this video a like if you enjoyed the content, and subscribe if you want to support the channel and discover more untold and unusual camera stories.